could be driving a...
Over the last 10 years, Honda's won more U.S. News and World Report awards than any other brand. And now, for the second straight year, Honda's been named the best car brand for 2023. Come get your Honda today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siga Lane.
We got some show tunes, some music happening right here.
Here we are. We're jamming.
So good. We're going back to like the 90s with some of this stuff. The 90s.
Yeah.
Welcome back to it, everybody.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I grew up in the 80s. Welcome to WAFB Plus, everybody. 9:15 for 9 News Now.
Yes. On a Thursday, on a Friday Eve.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we started out chillier, but you guys have mentioned this all morning. This is what it's supposed to be this time of year. This is nothing new, nothing revolutionary. You just have to make sure you got your coat straight, because that's what got me this morning.
Yeah, you know, even with some sunshine yesterday, I was out and walked dogs, and I
Good,
was like, man,
see?
it looks like thank you. I've got the bar pretty
He's
low.
taking care of his dogs and his
Good boy, walk the dog.
She said good boy.
I'm proud of you,
your
Steve,
treat.
because I did not get out and do
The
that.
point was, the sun was out,
Yeah.
and it was. I still thought it was pretty chilly.
It
out.
was.
Yeah, it was.
And kind of going to be like that again today.
Get ready for it, folks. Here we go.
We've had a little more cloud cover so far this morning. I kind of hoped we would. These should get out the way before too long, but that's going to keep temperatures down in the short term as well. Some mid and high level clouds. Now, they made for a beautiful sunrise if you were out before 7 this morning. Really just some gorgeous color in the sky, but there you see it. We've got some of those clouds, and I do not have Wi-Fi, of course. Let me see if we can get it back. In the interim, guys, what I can tell you is the weather today, next few days, is going to be quiet. It's just going to keep it cool today and tomorrow. Yeah, we're totally locked up here, guys. So
How about the 10-day forecast,
yeah,
Steve?
let's
You
pull
want
that up.
Okay.
So today's high, 56. That's even with sunshine returning this afternoon. It's going to stay chilly outside. Tomorrow morning will be near freezing. I've got the low 33 in Baton Rouge, so just above freezing. A high of 59 tomorrow. We'll start to see some clouds moving back. One more cool start Saturday, but notice we hit the upper 60s Saturday afternoon, and then it all goes downhill Sunday. Rain moves in,
Dang it.
and it looks like that rain's going to be around most of the day. It's going to be hard to get much done outdoors, I think, on Sunday. Rain could be heavy at times. Talking about Sunday's rains, probably averaging 1 to 3 inches. Could be locally higher in spots. And then we're going to keep it a little bit unsettled through the first half of next week. Also milder, at least, with highs anywhere from the upper 60s to mid 70s. Looking ahead, we'll get another, I think, somewhere in the time frame, assuming that gets through the line. It'll turn a bit cooler once again late next week as well.
And I tell you what, since the technology here is stopping you from being great, Matt was able to put this up.
Look at that.
Here's the thing, and this is what you have access to. This isn't actually dealing with our Wi-Fi. This is like hardwired here, so we get to actually show you this. And I'm sure wherever you are, your tech is working out, so you get all Steve all the time. The weather section of WAP.com, the 9 News app. From the currents, he's got everything. Obviously, he can give you the hour by hour, the 3-day, the 10-day, the weekend. It's all right there, really pretty simply broken down for you. And as you dig a little bit deeper, active radar, you can get that full 10-day forecast. Call it up on your time with the technology you trust.
Well,
we're working on our Wi-Fi. Do we have to like pass the hat or something? I don't even know.
Maybe I hadn't been in church enough.
Maybe, yeah. All
Church
of
it
us
up for the
maybe.
Wi-Fi. Exactly. Cap, thank you, my man. We'll pass that hat.
The
Collection
offering
plate. See the offering.
Consider this our virtual offering plate on the WAP Plus. For anybody watching and willing to pass around that plate and add to it,
there you go.
please do.
That's what you do. Steve,
Oh,
thank you, my
thanks,
man.
Steve.
All right, guys.
Okay, so again, weather always a headline down here. This is
Yes.
actually going to be a headline this morning as well, because this is going to be brand new. In court right now, a man accused of killing 3 people.
If you'll remember the face, you're probably thinking, well, when did this happen? Well, this actually happened back in 2019. The man accused of killing 3 homeless people. Maybe that's starting to jog your memory about these stories that are appearing. Well, so he's last time he was in court, a judge actually recently allowed him to change his plea to an insanity plea.
Right.
So what's going to happen today? Well, Dion Giller is actually in the courtroom right now to find out what the judge is going to say and how this case is going to move forward.
There's a lot to a change of the original plea was not guilty. There's a lot of to a change of not guilty to not guilty by reason of insanity.
Yes.
So what does a judge decide to do here, as you mentioned? Kind of emotions hearing to settle things out and figure out what is that next move.
Yeah.
Dion, as he often is, very often in these morning hours, in court to get the very latest on a case that brought a lot of attention, certainly grabbed your attention as it was just beginning. What is the move from the judge? What is the next step? Dion's on it.
Ooh, we'll keep you posted as that comes out during
Always.
later newscasts today. Also keeping our eyes on a number of different headlines, including not one, but 2 different arson investigations in Baton Rouge. So you're probably thinking, okay, we hear the word arson all the time, and sometimes you guys clarify what that means. Well, arson, by definition, it means somebody intentionally sets a place on fire.
Sure.
And sometimes if the fire department tells us it was of a vacant building, it has to be ruled arson because nobody there was starting the fire.
Every once in a great while, in a vacant house, and so a vacant house, like a lot, electricity is not supposed to be hooked up, that kind of thing. And so every once in a while, the vacant house, maybe something does spark accidentally. But they always begin at that level of potentially arson. Nobody was here, vacant house. How did it start? Somebody had to intentionally light the fire. That's exactly right. So that's their base right now. This is Ford Street. This was a fire last night, right around 8:30-ish, that time frame. I think Plank, the Plank Road area. So if you go off there, Ford Street's up into like Zion City. So they got there, were able to knock it down. They had some flames coming out the front, the side windows. They knocked it down. Didn't spread, but that's just one of their arson investigations.
There's another investigation going on this way. This one happening over actually at a shed on Monroe Avenue. This one's 7:30 Wednesday night. Yeah, so about an hour before, Baton Rouge firefighters staying busy to make sure that these fires even spread to other different buildings or neighbor homes or neighbor sheds or different buildings there. So they were staying busy. They were able to get that out without anybody getting injured, without any other buildings catching on fire. Now it's that investigation. Who would do this and why?
That's where you kind of come in with this. And Crime Stoppers works perfectly for something like this. You can make the phone call. No one knows who you are ever. Anonymous, eligible for that reward. 344-STOP. See if you can't get them going. But BRFD working 2 arson investigations this morning.
Busy 24 hours.
I know, just crazy, just crazy. So from BRFD to LSP, and some advice for us, a hope for a safe drive. I guess it all comes down to us on the roads.
How often do you hear, well, you need to be safe driving, right? You need to make sure that you are not impaired. You need to make sure you're not distracted. A simple thing like checking a text message can throw everything awry, right? But when you think about people who are riding with the drivers, the passengers, that's also a big wheel too. So big, in fact, that LSP decided to designate an entire week dedicated to passenger riding safety. It's a big deal because you don't think about the consequences and the implications you could have just as somebody riding in a vehicle with somebody, for instance, who might be impaired. You getting into a vehicle with somebody who you know is actively being distracted, paying attention. It's all the things that you can do to make sure that you are staying safe and the driver is too.
I'll tell you what, LSP must be filled with parents because as a parent, literally I have an 18-year-old, my oldest daughter, and she's a good driver. She's a good driver. And you worry about everybody else that are out there on the road. Well, but then we've had the conversation with her, and I know, again, every parent has, the people you allow into your vehicle. And it was like one of those, she drives a little van. That's right, drives a little van.
Proud.
And so you can get like 20 people in there. We don't want 20 people in there.
No.
Stuff gets sideways in there like that. So we try to limit that because you never know what the passengers may be doing. So on the passengers to play a safe role. I was having a conversation just with my 2 daughters yesterday. Both of them in the car on the way to school. My younger daughter limiting her conversation. She was like, I didn't want to talk too much. My older daughter Daly was driving. It was one of those very crowded kind of interstate days and moments. And we had the conversation about how long it took to get home. And my younger daughter's like, I wasn't even talking to Daly. She was maneuvering. It has an impact, has an influence. You don't want to be distracted.
No, have those conversations at home, whether your kids are actually kids or older, at dinner tonight. Have that conversation with your loved ones, aunts, uncles, grandmas, because I know grandmas be texting on the cell phone too. I've seen it. So it's worth everybody bringing up around the table saying, look, we can all make a difference in terms of making sure we're all staying safe on the road. Because if somebody is coming my way, not paying attention, they are impacting everyone around them. That radius that's on the road, you can create that change by making a decision. Don't drive distracted, or don't get in the car where that could be a dangerous situation.
We don't want to do those
We
stories.
really don't.
So there you go. All the information waiting for you right there. Callie Hubbard live all morning talking about it.
Yes.
It's a good read. Good events happening today. And actually, we had a good conversation with one of our good friends this morning. It's all about helping our Louisiana veterans and letting them know what services are available at a spot that's pretty special.
Did you know that there is a live-in nursing home facility run by the Louisiana Department of Veterans Affairs in Jackson, Louisiana? Not far, 40-minute drive up that way? So when you talk about making sure our veterans, people who have served our country, lost friends, lost loved ones who've served for our country. We've got Vietnam War era veterans. We've got World War II veterans still living that need a place to stay. And what better place to stay in a nursing facility with specialized care at a reduced cost because of their service to our country? I mean, this is a no-brainer.
It is. And you talk about like win-win-win, that kind of a thing. And we were talking with the Deputy Secretary of Veterans Affairs, our friend Julie Baxter-Pear. Some may know Julie Baxter from her days here at WAFB. Gone on to bigger and better, helping our veterans. So when we were talking with them this morning, it's about putting these veterans of ours, these men and women, in a surrounding where they are just surrounded by brothers and sisters, those who have gone through and those who know. So that's the immediate good part, the great part that you were talking about. But then the other part of this as well, with the families, when it comes to bills and everything gets super expensive. They take on the big brunt of that. Things are reduced for our veterans when they are here at a place like this. And so it seems to be a win-win-win if our veterans and their families know about this stuff.
Yes, so there's actually an open house meeting tonight, 2 to 6 o'clock at that very veterans home where you would interact with the staff your loved one would be interacting with on a daily basis. You can meet some of the veterans who actually live there right now to get their perspective of what's going on and why it's beneficial. And I think you touched on a really important point, Matt. You asked Julie this morning, do you get people who are maybe hesitant to sign up? Which I get. You're sending a loved one away to a nursing home, which may not be the best situation for some families, but for others, it might very well be a necessity. How do you ensure that they're being well taken care of? And she said, we don't really run into that. A lot of people who come to us with inquiries, they end up coming in.
Right.
What does that tell you about this organization?
That tells you they're ready to go. And they need you to be there to get the information that you need to make that right decision. 2 to 6, the open house, you said? There you go.
Details are all in this story.
Take the trip.
Yeah.
There you go, right there.
I love it.
Okay, so welcome to the Plus. It's kind of what we're doing every morning right there. Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, stepping you through it. A little bit about what's going on in the day. And weather-wise, actually the next few days are going to be pretty good. It's going to be kind of chilly. 56, 59, 69 degrees. The lows are kind of, well, not the low on Saturday. And look at that, 57. That's above average.
Again, so different from today.
I know, it's just stupid. And again, it is a bit chilly for folks out there, so we'll put on the long shorts and, obviously get ready for that.
The
long shorts. But you know what? There's no rain right there.
No.
Getting ready for Sunday, though. Got to pay attention to that.
Thankfully, though, that 100% chance of rain, it's not during the work week, the school nights, right? It's just the getting ready for the soggy Monday that's going to be the issue.
It is going to be soggy. A lot of us can get a little bit of rain there. Of course, Steve and the rest of the crew are going to keep you abreast of the situation.
You sure will.
Okay, let's make you smile. Or grin a little bit.
Okay.
At least.
All right.
Where do you want to start?
How about sweet? I think we could use a lot of sweet first.
Always in my life.
So let's take you to Colorado, Denver, Colorado, where a puppy was rescued. Anytime you can talk about a puppy rescue, it is the sweetest thing, especially when it involves puppy kisses.
What?
Yeah. So the firefighters were actually quick to rescue a 9-week-old puppy. She's safe after she got stuck in a reclining couch. Can you believe it?
No, it's happened to me.
Oh, you got stuck in a reclining couch, or your puppy did?
No, me.
Oh, well then we need to get with the fire crews that got you, so you can lick them like little puppy did.
I was there for days.
Nina.
Yeah.
Nina's the puppy, so you and Nina have something in common. Yeah. Well, it turns out when the puppy's family realized what had happened, they heard her yelping and crying. Well, that's when they called 911. Firefighters actually took apart the whole recliner sofa to make sure that Nina was safe. It ended up she was stuck right in there on the inside. It's not like she was being squeezed. She was just scared. Yeah. So thankfully enough, puppy Nina was saved, and the crews actually put the couch back together.
They put it back together?
The family.
Wait, they took it apart in the way that they could put it back together?
Together.
Wow.
And their reward, lots of puppy kisses from Nina and gratitude from the look at that.
Oh my God.
It feels like it'd be a good reality show following all the things that firefighters have to do, get asked to do.
Right. Beyond the fires.
anything from being the EMS, you know, or the medical person, the first responders there for medical emergencies, to fires, to stuff like this.
Yes.
The cat out of the trees. You know.
I did a story like that. I'm going like 15, 16 years ago.
Really?
Literally did a story. Baton Rouge Fire Department had to come out and get a cat off of a pole, electric pole. Entergy came out. It was huge. You would have thought there was just, but you're exactly right. Get this cat. We'd been sitting up on a pole for like a day and a half.
I don't know, cats are more mischievous though. I feel like it kind of lured the firefighters that maybe just wanted a good show.
Cats are a different breed. You're right.
I'm telling you. In fact, I think we've seen a mischievous cat. Not here, not any of. Well, we don't have cats, but
I do.
You could have a mischievous cat.
But our cat's a dog. It's a cog, and all he wants to do is lay down.
A cog.
Just lay down and go out with our other dog. But yeah, not all cats are normal. Most cats aren't actually. This one's crazy.
Look at it.
Yeah. You want to take this one there?
Look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What is going on?
This is one that didn't need to be rescued, as you might be able to tell. But this cat was on a mission, right? Bentley the cat waging an epic battle against this microwave, pulling on it, trying to get. That's the stuff of nightmares, that shot of his face right there. And he would have succeeded if not for a child lock that was on the microwave that the owners had to put on there to keep him out. Without the child lock, Bentley's gotten into the microwave in 8 seconds flat. He's gone viral on social media for his crazy antics. And
look at him go. Oh, he's in. Does he just want to get in there? Because why does he? Questions.
Look at that. Look at that.
Weren't there? I feel like there were some dark scenes in Gremlins with the microwave, weren't there?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Wow.
Going back to the 80s.
It's been a minute since I've seen that.
You know,
just kind of. Because that cat almost has the gremlin coloration.
Yes.
Just kind of made me think of that.
You think maybe they fed him after midnight or got him wet?
Yeah, right.
It turned into a damn...
That
Look
thing
at that.
is clearly
Look at that. Look at
There you
that.
go.
Nope.
That's
It
a
looks
no-brainer.
looks like Stripe from the Gremlins. I love that reference.
Wow.
That's good. Yeah,
Okay,
microwave. Don't
casting
microwave the
call.
cat.
Bentley's got the job. I mean,
Don't microwave
look
the
look how much force he's turning
It
in.
looks like a dang kangaroo right there. Like he's gonna...
That's
pulling
like
that
Toadzilla
thing.
there with the legs.
That's right.
We got
Toadzilla
ourselves
the
a
other
creature movie.
R.I.P.
Wow. R.I.P.
day. R.I.P. Toadzilla.
That toad didn't really make it past that discovery, huh?
No. R.I.P. Toadzilla. Okay, so every morning at about 4 o'clock, we start getting hungry. Actually, I wake up hungry.
Same.
Comes
with the job.
And you never know what's going to be cooking in the break room. Always something nice and good and awesome, but you always got to kind of walk around a few things that you want to eat. Cheese boards. How come we don't do cheese boards? Can we get like a charcuterie board in here, please?
That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Every morning to start the day.
That's
I'm
the
on
key.
board.
You got to
Okay.
start it in the morning because apparently cheese might give you nightmares.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
new.
If this is a thing, man, I got problems. But it could also be a dream job for somebody. The website Sleep Junkie looking for 5 dairy dreamers to test the theory that eating cheese before going to sleep gives you the nightmares. So here's the job. Eat cheese every night, done. At the same time, okay, before going to sleep, yes, and then journal about how well you slept or any of the dreams or the nightmares that you had because of it.
Cheese looks
I
good.
know,
It does look
look at
good.
that. Tasters should eat the same kind of cheese every night for a week, then take a week off before trying a new variety. Here's how you apply. Got to be at least 21 years old, have a device that tracks your sleep, and be able to sleep alone during the trial. You can also have any sleep issues. You can't have any. You got to be can't be lactose intolerant. Please don't eat the cheese.
Oh no! Please don't do that.
Because that's going to be a
Please
whole
don't
other
do
level
that.
of nightmare that you're going to be going through. So after 3 months, Dairy Dreamer is going to be paid $1,000. We'll even be reimbursed for your cheese.
Are you
So
serious?
go out and buy like the most expensive stuff, and get $1,000.
Wow.
I mean, we all love cheese, right?
Well, yeah.
Is this really nightmare fuel?
I mean, do y'all
Speaking
remember?
of the nightmare fuel.
Well, do you remember that restaurant, Melting Pot? Have you guys
course,
ever been
yeah,
with the
yeah.
fondue? It used to be there. I want to say in Town Center or in the corporate.
Corporate,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love the Melting Pot.
Who doesn't?
It's closed.
The fondue stuff. It was like
Yeah.
everybody had the little fondue thing
All
back
the
in like
cheeses.
the 70s, whenever.
The food was okay for me. It was all about the dessert.
Oh,
that
they
was
did do the
best.
Like the
chocolate
chocolate
fondue.
fountain stuff.
Yeah. Well, that comes back, and then we definitely have ourselves a way to
Wait, can I
cheese galore.
Can I eat chocolate at night? That's not like a nightmare.
Isn't that one of those studies where they
I
always
do
say?
that many nights.
Well, listen.
Do you wake up screaming?
Sometimes.
It has nothing to do with the
That's
chocolate.
usually when the kids scare me.
Exactly.
Or the dogs come in, yeah.
Or they're just lurking on the side of the bed.
Oh God! Right,
You've
staring
lived that,
at
I'm
you.
sure, yes.
Right, just kind of wake up and there's a little human. Oh,
It's terrifying.
it is. It's
They
terrifying.
sound like little gremlins.
all the gray hair.
Scary in your sleep.
Yeah. So all
Okay.
that. So there you go. Don't microwave your cat.
Yes.
Make sure your dog ain't stuck in your recliner.
Right.
And easy on the night
If
cheese.
any of those things do happen, call the fire department.
Because they respond to everything.
And after the emergency's over, call us and tell the story.
Shoot the video, please.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd love to talk about it. Jeez, what a day.
Jeez, what a day.
Get us out of here, Cap. Man.
All right.
Jeez.
Hey, look, at least we're starting to see some sunshine coming
yeah.
back
Hey, we
right
are.
now. So that's the good news. Look at that. Some of those clouds starting to move out as expected. It's going to be cool out. Enjoy the next few days. Rain is back on Sunday.
Now's the perfect time to discover the enhanced Mazda CX-5, named the 2022 IIHS Safety Pick Plus Award winner, its highest safety award honor. Choose from over 55 CX-5s available at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.